Welcome friends to Flosstube number 55. My name is Tracy. I am OG Stitchery here on YouTube and on Instagram. And today is Wednesday, October the 12th, 2022. Beautiful fall day outside. Sun is shining, light clouds, wispy clouds in the sky. So fall is definitely here. Leaves are changing, falling to the ground. It's beautiful. All right. Thank you so much for clicking play. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing if you are a returning viewer. And if you are new here, welcome. Thanks so much for giving me a chance. I hope you enjoy what you see. Okay, so what I did over the past week, I did visit my local needlework shop, or one of them, the World in Stitches in Littleton, Massachusetts, and I purchased, yeah, I did. I purchased a pattern, but I just got one, so my spending freeze is not necessarily a freeze, but it is, it's a meltdown. Melt? It's not a freeze because I'm still spending things, but not as much as before. Does that count? Anyway, I picked this up at the World in Stitches. It is the Snowflower Diaries. It's called Little Leaf. And I saw it and thought it was really cute. So it says, a little leaf falls from a tree whispering, remember me. And there we go. I thought it was really cute, so I grabbed it. All right, so I'm going to get into whips. I have 7 whips. I have 5 new starts because it is the first full week of October. And for me, that means October start a ton, because phone calls, interruptions, it happens. So I'm not sure exactly where I was at, but I think I was about to show you my board. So last year I had 31 new starts. Actually, I had 32, but I'm not counting that one. Anyway, I had 31 new starts. A new start for each day of the month of October. And I created this board. I got the inspiration from Brenda of Handworkmaniac. And I misspoke last week. I doubt anyone went back and checked, but I did. So I wanted to just clarify. She did a board for her Mania. And she actually does, I think she does hers in March because May is so busy for her. So anyway, so I got the inspiration from her to do this board. And this indicates all of the new starts that I had last year. And if I had a finish this year, or, from last year, throughout the year, then I would have a new start this year. Does that make sense? So all of the yellow tabs indicate new starts. So anyway, that's why I have 5 new starts this week. So let's get to it. So last Wednesday, I usually start my weeks on Wednesday because that's when I film. So last Wednesday was a new start for me, and I picked out, it's called Flight Navigation, and it's by Maria Warmke of the Sisterhood. And as you can see, I indicated that I am using Anchor Black on this. I am stitching this on 18 count white Aida. And here is my new start. I think I did pretty good for one day. So there we go. And then the next day was also a new start. I guess I can tell you. So I started the week on the 5th. So October the 5th, I had finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I had finished Witchy Kitty last year. And so that was a new start for on flight navigation. And then the next day was a finish, or no, actually it was a UFO. I started Let's Party. I don't have it written down, but it was in the Halloween magazine, Halloween issue of Just Cross Stitch magazine last year. I don't remember who it was by, but I was having a lot of difficulty with it because I stitch on Ada, and there were a lot of fractional stitches in this one, and so I kind of just gave up on it. I might go back at some point in the future. Probably not. Let's just go with not. Anyway, I had a, because this was a UFO, I had a new start. And I started Halloween Basket by Primrose Cottage. And this is what it looks like. Not gonna focus, but anyway, I'm stitching this on 18 count. I have no idea, but it's a greenish tealish color, and there's my start. There we go. So I think I did pretty good. I'm going to say that a lot, aren't I? Hopefully not. Then the following day was a progress because I had not finished it. And this is How to Survive a Horror Movie by the Witchy Stitcher. This was really cool. I like the sayings on it. I am going to change a few things down towards the bottom, but I'm stitching this on 18 count white Aida that I hand dyed, and I know it never comes across on the screen, but this is a vibrant neon lime green. So anyway, that is my progress. I'm sure on, especially on this one, because the other two were new starts. On this one, I'll show what I'll show my progress before, and then you can compare it to what I did now. Does that make sense? I'm all over the place. So the next one is a new start because I finished Halloween Critter Trio by Waxing Moon Designs. So I started Boo by Hello from Liz Matthews, and I'm stitching this on 18 count Dark Peacock by XG Designs. And this is what I worked on. Here's my new start. And I worked on this on Saturday at my Stitchy group. So I think I did really good. I got a lot done on this one. So, and the next one is another new start. And this one was because I finished Creepy, which is a Halloween square dance by Heart and Hand. And I picked Mummy's Favorite by Twisted Willow Designs. This can be found in the Just Cross Stitch magazine Halloween issue, current year. And I'm stitching this on 18 count white Aida. And there's my progress. Or my new start. And the next one is a progress report. So I'll have a picture of here of what it looked like before. And this is another chart by the Witchy Stitcher, but this is a free chart. It's complimentary, and it is called Welcome Campers. And I'm stitching this on 18 count white Aida that I hand dyed. And here's my progress. I just can't tell. But it's a bright yellow. Mottled. All right, and the next one was, excuse me, the next one was a new start, and that is because I finished Halloween Square Dance, Boo, by Heart and Hands, and I chose a Glaring of Cats by the Blue Flower. And this is found in the fall issue 2022 of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. And I'm stitching this on 18 count white Aida that I hand dyed. And here's my progress. It's a new start. Yay! And my final WIP of the week is my WIPGO goal for October, or one of them. And this is Samhain in Salem by Hemlock and Rye. And this is a unofficial SAL that I am doing with Jane of the BosStitchers. And I'm sure I'll put in a previous progress photo, but here's my current progress. I can tell you that these houses are serious. They are no joke about stitching. Oh my goodness. I do like the way it looks with the variegation, but I don't like doing single crosses. I don't like it. I feel like I'm slow at it. But anyway, I like the way it looks. And I'm very proud of this. It's beautiful. I'm stitching this on 18 count. It's either Dirty Aida or English Mist by Zweigart, I think. I don't remember. But there we go. So those are my whips of the week. Ooh, got a lot of them. But I'm having fun. I'm having a lot of fun. And that brings me to FFOs and finishes. I do not have any. I don't anticipate having any. Well, actually, that's not true. I was going to say I won't have any this month, but no, that's not true, because I did have snail slime last week, and I have a couple of charts that coming up that are really close to finishes. So yeah, I'm going to have some more. Anyway, I don't have any this week, so that brings me to plans. I am going to continue with my October start-a-ton. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I like having something new to do every day and figure out if it's going to be a new start or if it's going to work on something that I've already worked on or that I need to work on more. So yeah. And of course it's October, so I'm going to continue with hashtag Dark October Stitching. I feel like even though they don't know, I feel like I'm stitching along with them, and them, I mean Emily and her friend. I don't remember who the other one was, but Emily of Emily C. YouTube and Flosstube and Eclectic Possessions, something like that. I'll have the link down below to her Instagram and her YouTube channel, Emily. So anyway, I'm also going to continue participating in the hashtag 13 Stitches of October, where I stitch on 13 different things. So it's fun. I am uh, doing that along with, actually, Athena is hosting that. Athena of Stitching Goddess Designs. And talking about her, I have one of her shirts on. I'm sure you've seen the top of it. This is Feeling Stabby. I think it's cute. I like it. I felt that it was appropriate. So yeah, so I'm wearing that today. Yeah, and then I'm going to continue with WIPGO. I think I have 2 more days on Salem houses, or Samhain and Salem, and then I'm going to move on to one of my other 3 WIPGO goals for the month. So you'll see that next week. And then coming up at the beginning of November, the first weekend, I am attending a retreat. It is called Stitch In at the Farm, and it is located in Troy, New Hampshire. It is at the East Hill Farm, and it is essentially a stay and stitch retreat. So there aren't any classes, there aren't any designers. There is a shop that comes in. Randy from The World in Stitches brings a lot of her inventory, and so we can shop throughout the weekend, and it's just great. It's up at the base of a mountain, and it's absolutely beautiful in the fall, and the first week in November it's gorgeous, and it's just a lot of fun. It's a very small retreat. It's about less than 80 people, I think, and yeah, it's wonderful. So a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that. Also, news. StitchCon 2023. I am attending Weekend B. So if you are going, please leave a comment below and let me know that you're going, so maybe we can meet up and say hi, if you want to. If you don't, that's fine. But I am going with several ladies in the area. We are road tripping it again this year, as we did last year. Or we're road tripping it next year like we did this year. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and StitchCon is great. It's another one of those retreats where you go and you stay and stitch for a weekend. But it is a big retreat. It's 300 people times 2, because they do it for 2 weekends. So I'm going to weekend B. Anyway, there you go. And so that brings me to this week in history. This just in. Not really, because it's history, The week of October 10th through October 16th. October 10th, 1979, Wayne Gretzky, Canadian hockey player, made his National Hockey League debut with the Edmonton Oilers. In 1845, the U.S. Naval Academy was founded. October 11th, 1984, Catherine Sullivan became the first woman to walk in space. 1975, Saturday Night Live debuted. In 1890, the Daughters of the American Revolution was organized. On October 12th, 1999, it became the Day of 6 billion. The 6 billionth person was born on October 12th, 1999. The 6 billionth. Today's population, today's world population, I just checked, 7.9 billion people on the planet. October 12th, 1901, President Theodore Roosevelt officially changed the name of the president's residence from the Executive Mansion to the White House. And in 1492, the New World was discovered. Now, we all know that the New World was not discovered, but it's a bit of nostalgia, you know. October 13th, 2010. After 69 days underground, workers were rescued, having survived a mine collapse in Chile. In 1988, the Archbishop of Turin, Italy, announced that carbon-14 dating indicated that the Shroud of Turin dates only to the Middle Ages. In 1943, Italy declares war on Nazi Germany. In 1903, the Boston Americans defeated the Pittsburgh Pirates to win the first modern World Series. Boston Americans later becoming the Boston Red Sox. In 1792, the cornerstone of the White House was laid. This has been the official home of the U.S. president since the second president, John Adams, and his wife Abigail moved in 1800. And in 1307, King Philip IV of France has Jacques de Molay, Grand Master, and the Knights Templar arrested and charged with idolatry and corruption. Some cite this as the beginning of the legendary Friday the 13th superstition. I leave it up to you to research and decide for yourself. October 14th, 2012, 2 days after arriving at Los Angeles International Airport, or LAX, the space shuttle Endeavour reached its final destination, the California Space Center. Along the way, which was 12 miles, trees and signs had to be removed. In 1964, Martin Luther King Jr. was named the winner of the Nobel Prize for Peace. In 1947, American test pilot Chuck Yeager became the first person to break the sound barrier. In 1926, Winnie the Pooh was published by English humorist A. Milne. And in 1066, the Battle of Hastings was fought on this day. King Harold II of England was defeated by the invading army of William, Duke of Normandy. This defeat established the rule over England of the Normans. October 15th, 1966, the Black Panther Party was founded. In 1959, the final conference about the Antarctic convened, and after 6 weeks of negotiations, it was concluded that the continent be free for scientific study. October 16th, 1978, Pope John Paul II was elected, becoming the first non-Italian pontiff in 455 years. Let that sink in for a second. In 455 years, there had only been an Italian pope. So in 1978 was the first time in 455 years that a non-Italian became pope. That just blew me away for some reason. Just 455 years. Anyway, okay. In 1968, during the awards ceremony for the 200-meter race at the Mexico City Olympics, American sprinters Tommy Smith and John Carlos gave a Black Power salute, for which they were later ordered to leave the game. In 1964, China joins the nuclear race, successfully detonating its first atomic bomb. In 1946, 10 of the 12 defendants sentenced to death during the Nuremberg trials were executed. In 1916, Margaret Sanger, an activist for women's reproductive rights, opened the first birth control clinic in the U.S. In 1859, militant abolitionist John Brown raided the U.S. arsenal at Harper's Ferry. In 1847, Jane Eyre, written by English novelist Charlotte Bronte, was published. And in 1793, Marie Antoinette was executed by guillotine during the French Revolution. And that has been your moment in history. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this week in history. I know it was a lot, but there was a lot of stuff that went on in history, right? Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a fabulous week of lots of stitching, and I'll see you next week.